you haven't been following along, what we're doing is we're completely rebuilding my garage after 3 years of working in here, wrenching on cars and all that stuff to better suit the YouTube channel. So we have more space to work on the cars, more room to move things around when needed. So catch you up to speed. Now the start of this one's gonna be like a halftime show. We got to get everything cleaned up in here because we got to start working on the workbenches and getting everything off of the original workbenches. And there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff that's got to go upstairs. And honestly, there's a lot of stuff that's just got to be thrown out. So the first things we got to do is get this tool chest out of here. It's gonna take up a little bit more space, but it's gonna let us put our stuff on there as we need. From the center section, we have another tool chest we got to put in over there. So I'm gonna rise this up. I've already pulled the screws out of this. I'm gonna pull this up, put some blocks in, support it on those arms under there, and we should be able to pull it out. You can see we've got it up here. Push that side up there. There we go. We got it out. All right, so once Chris got here, we started taking all the shelves off here. It was pretty simple. You know, same thing as the other process that we've been doing on the other side of the garage, but we had to get it all the way down to the workbench here, and the workbench itself was a little bit more snugged in because this was like built after the fact since we had a Eric's tool chest in here for a while. So got that out. Now I'm going to shift my attention slightly. Get these wheels on the tool chest. That way I can roll that thing around as needed. I'm just running all over the place now. Got the handle on that tool chest. Now I'm going to go ahead and mount the drill press here and take it off that, mount it to the other rolling smaller stand, and then hopefully throw the stand that it used to be on out on the side of the road for free. Give it a shot. Now to do this, I got to drill a couple holes through this, but this is fairly weak material. I'm not sure if it'll really be able to hold that. So I might take it off the stand first, see what it feels like on that. If it's too sketchy, I'll put a board on here. Luckily, it's only 2 bolts holding this in, so it's pretty simple to reach in there, get them out, and kind of get this back up on the other tool chest. Okay, we've got it centered up on here. I'll admit, it's not like the most solid, but it sits out on these kind of channel rails out here. I'm finally getting to use transfer punches. Bought these a while back because everyone was raving about them, so now I can have accurate holes. Had some loose bolts on hand, go a little bit shorter since this is thinner than the wood top, and luckily they were all flanged and everything, so that'll work well. Gonna mount that here. Gonna mount this sucker here. I think that'll work for me. All right, everyone. Now the weather is not so great, but that's okay because we got enough cleaned up in here. It's finally time to tackle the stairs. So I'm gonna jump right into what we're doing here, which is we're moving the stairs over to the right about 2 feet towards this back wall. And we're gonna be sectioning the stair and building a little platform here so that the staircase itself kind of starts up here and comes down to here and then comes down like this. And that's mainly so that you can pull a car in completely up to this point right here and still be able to fit behind that door right there. So that is the idea. Now how we're gonna do it is we're gonna build like a little brace frame and attach that to the staircase. So some 2x4s that go up vertically to the stairs. We'll screw them in, they'll come down, sit here. Whole idea so that the stairs can be taken off of that header up there and they can basically stand on those stilts for a second while we cut it and move this section out of the way and then move it over. Honestly, don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to give that's our best idea on how to do it. Now, the problem is we are kind of at the limit with the scrap wood that we have to do that. We are going to have to go get some 2x8 stuff so we can get the cross, I don't know what you call it. It's essentially a header, but it's like at the, not only up here, but it's going to be down at the bottom where the landing is. So we have to get that stuff. I'm going to get a double joist hanger and make sure that it stays relatively rigid. But other than that, what I'm going to do right now is get on the ladder, try to get these brace boards in so that we can start taking everything apart. I'm going to use some of the spare stuff from tearing apart those shelves down there. These are like, I think they're like 80 inches tall, so should be okay for what we need to do. And then we can use any kind of scrap for the lower stilts, I guess I'm going to call them. Okay, so we got those 80 inches, and I'm not going to lie, they're not quite coming up to where I want them to be. That's really not a lot of... You figure most of this weight, I kind of want to offset probably at this point, if not this point, which puts us, 2 feet off the ground at least. They're hidden in the pile here, but I do believe I've got a couple 10-footers, and that's probably what I'm going to want to run. Looks like we're a few inches too tall there, probably like 3, maybe 2 inches. I'm just gonna take that off the top just so we can get it up underneath. All right, nothing too crazy. Gonna just plumb them up. I got this one plumbed up. Just go up top, run some screws in it, and get those hooked in on both sides. So this is good to go up here. Now I gotta figure out which step at the bottom I need to put the other 2 brace sets in. Now Chris and I spent like an hour off camera trying to talk about how the math works here. And the best way I can think of explaining it is that where the landing is, you're gonna have a step below that, and that's like gonna be the top of your lower staircase. And then the step above the landing is gonna be the start of your upper staircase. So when you go to cut this, right, when you go to modify this staircase to make it taller, there's 2 things you want to have happen. One, this whole thing we want to go up 1, okay? And the reason for that is that is the elevation that the second floor starts at. If you look up here, you'll notice that they put this in right to this. There's actually still a 2x8 above. So it's like there's another step up there. It's kind of weird. So we want this to move up. Now that means, just as an example, if we cut here, right here, down the back, we could then take this and attach this to a header board right at this elevation, which will give us a step up. So keeping that in mind, we're gonna cut it at this level where this bag is. We're gonna cut right here. This will be the last step coming up to the next level. The next level will be right here. So the next level will be at this height, right? And that's enough height that you don't hit your head. Then, because everything is gonna be cut here, you can take this and push this up and face mount it to the platform, since the platform is gonna be this tall, which will then move this whole unit up 1 step level all the way up. I don't know why, but that's like super confusing because you think, I don't know, it's just confusing. But that's how it's gonna work. So what that means at the end of the day is we need to take 2 of these boards, cut them at a height that will support this section down here so we can get ready to do the cut. I take it back, I just did it wrong again. So we want our platform to be this height. So we're gonna cut here. All right, that one's screwed in here. Why does it have to do this? Every time I gotta do something. These little suckers, perfect sized. We got our boards, we got our brackets, we got our ladder set up, we got our stilts on it. We're good to go. Now I'm just waiting for Chris to get here and we can go ahead and start taking that all off, cutting the steps, and kind of working out how we're gonna do this. But I'm excited. It's a small change, but I'm excited to finally get it underway. And that being said, we only have about an hour worth of kerosene, so I'm gonna go ahead and preheat with what we have right now. Hopefully that doesn't gas us out too much. And then we'll just have to make do. It's pretty cold, but oh well, we'll be working fairly hard. I'm pretty sure the process is we're gonna have to sheath this, at least on this first area. Then we're gonna have to cut the step, move that piece out of the way over here. Then we have to build our frame for the landing. And then after that, we're gonna have to slide over, stilt it up. After we do that, we're gonna have to come up here and install probably about right here. We're gonna have to install our double header that runs back to that one. We had to get this one sheet on so that we could mount the like eventual landing that we're building to the wall, and obviously not have to like put a bunch of freaking OSB around it.
Because if I fall off the stairs, at least the torque will be.
At least the torque's the same.
No, it's not going to be missing.
All right, Chris is taking.
Oh no!
What?
Where you put on the leg here, it's blocking.
No way.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna unscrew it from. Yeah.
Chris is actually that's probably easier too, because there should still be some support. He's taking it off while on the stairs. Should be fine.
Well, what other choice do we have, Warren?
None. I mean, we could put the ladder up there.
No. I mean,
it's a good ladder.
No. 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 that would require us to set it up and extend it.
I mean, that's true.
Too much.
We are gonna have to do that in order to move it.
Yeah,
like,
but like right now, for the sake of time savings.
yep. We're gonna have to take this out over there.
Yeah. Maybe we should just get this out of here.
We're probably gonna have to move this ladder. Enough space? No. It's not. Okay.
All right.
Anything cool under there?
Um.
Oh, that's pretty boring.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Why did that seem to like come down? It didn't.
Actually, we could
Careful.
move
Oh,
this
yeah, there's-
anywhere we want.
Yeah, there's space. We just put we just put wheels on these 2x4s and we just like roll this out of the way.
Wheels over there for your toolbox. We can just roll it out.
All right.
On the skimpiest stilts.
Well, that
No
works.
support. Okay. Now we can actually cut this side.
Yeah. All right, let's get the saws all ready. What kind of hammer are you using, Chris?
That's good
Big damaging hammer? Whole stair just like folds.
I missed immediately. That definitely hit my face on the way out.
Oh, dude. Let's here. Come here.
Oh wow, is that bleeding?
Yeah, it's starting to bleed.
That's nice.
Jesus, Chris.
It's true.
You were supposed to be safer. Is it screwed?
Yes.
They really sunk them. You do need medical attention.
I don't know how bad it is.
That was
Probably
fast.
would have been better if we just looked.
Guess that would have worked instead of you taking a board to the face.
That's all right.
We're good. It released a level of tension that seemed weird. Like it didn't do anything, but there was tension. So just measured it down to the ground from here, and then we'll add 7.5.
29 and a half.
29.5.
Yeah. 35 and a half about.
Oh, look at that. That's literally like the amount short that I got it.
Yeah. Okay, I guess 3 more. Or
Just make sure those are right. I'm gonna take this for reference. Don't forget tape measure. Now, building the frame here wasn't as simple as you'd think because the elevation of the block and the baseboard are different where you're putting these little struts in. So it took some work to get this level, but eventually we were able to get that 4th board in and level everything off. So now we could bring the stair over and try to get that kind of into position. We actually had to cut one of the steps out a little bit to avoid the block because we're pushing it as far over as possible. We got the other header board in, get everything lined up there. Chris is going to he's taking everything off right now. We kept struggling to get it square. And we were going to make it work with shims, but that's going to be what's on the ground. So that didn't really make sense. So I'm going to pull the hangers, pull the stair back off. I'm assuming the stair itself is not straight. And that might be part of the problem. And then, oh, you still have one in over here, Chris.
Right, yeah.
And then we'll take it off the post because we just kind of made the post at like an arbitrary height. Re-screwed in, level, and then that should solve our woes. Dude, it's like a perfect human-sized box underneath the stairs.
Oh, wait a second. Is there another reason you have these dimensions like this, Oren?
What do you mean? Yeah, I don't know.
Like if you get a little bit too mad at your wife?
I did honestly, I mean...
Oh, wait. You started to say
Sorry, never
honestly.
mind. The dogs, I was thinking I could put a dog bed in there, So after getting this thing leveled out, which took quite a bit of time because we kept running into leveling issues, we went ahead and notched the full staircase so we could drop it in on this ledge. Well, I was just going to say, do we move this, now that we have it up here, do we move this over to within like an inch of the wall? Because see how like it's touching up here,
Yeah, we
right?
should
And
move
it's
this
not
over.
touching over there, but like it's going to be a little shady. It's going to want to drop that off. And like we don't want it to touch because we need to put the freaking what do you call it on still. And see, there's a, oh wait, there's a header board up there. We could just bump it. Yeah, let's go push it into the side of this. Right? Well, that one.
Well, we still have to leave a little
Yeah,
bit of
we need a
gap
little
for
bit
when
there.
you want to sheath it.
Let's do this one. Let's get this over. So come back over a little bit on that one. Like maybe yeah, where it's comfy. And then. Oh, shit. I think I already measured this and I forgot it. Yeah. What is it?
39 and a half. How perfect do we want this?
I don't know.
Because it's pretty much 39 and a half, but you know, it could be another 16th if we wanted it to be.
39 and a half is probably going to do it. It's going up. 1.6 and a half, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
One.
The LEDs hurt. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it's close. It's close, Chris. Like it's close to getting loose. Well, that looks pretty decent.
Okay, I guess
You know?
well, that's nice. I actually don't have to hold it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just right there. All right, when you get those, while you're getting those in, I am gonna start cutting the deck boards over there. I mean, jigsaws aren't, they never cut straight. Coming off. One more stilt.
Well, you skipped on this one. There's only 3.
Yeah, I remember doing that. It was because of the little cross brace thing. All right, I got 2 more hangers for you. If you want to put some hangers in the bottom. Well, once you get that screwed down, we'll have this ready to go. So we'll have the landing completely finished. The stairs completely finished. I mean, the only thing left will be the railing, which I'm not doing today.
Yeah. This?
Yeah, probably. It's got to be gapped.
Oh, it's got to be gapped.
Yeah, start with that front board. Well, I'll come down. This is weird looking up here. This hole is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wow, yeah, that's 10 feet, I think. Now that we have the stair in, basically we just got to fill the hole in the floor and get the railing finished up. And we'll have a functioning staircase. Okay, we've got our railing here. Just kind of cobbled together using some of the scraps that we had. But it does the job. Thank God for Sawzalls. It's kind of what we did. I'm sure they started up there, so I just followed suit. But yeah, it works. Didn't extend it too far out because I want to be able to, like, basically walk at this from this kind of angle, grab it, and then go up, which I think works pretty well. All right, keep going. I got to finish this up. So 15 and a quarter. Gonna cut 2 boards here. Bring them in on that side, and we'll see how I get them through on this thing. But either way, I can cut out. Luckily, I got some scraps. It'll work perfectly fine for it. We can put up there. This is pretty simple. Just get a couple of these pieces measured and cut out, and then take them upstairs, get them set in there, and just drive some screws through them, really just so they can hold in the board putting up top. Now that we got those, I just got to get up there, get a measurement again, and then use some of the scrap wood that we have, cut out a floor up there. Luckily, still have a bunch of scrap wood, so got this measured out, cut it out, took it up there, went to screw it in. There's still a little too much width on it, so I had to bring it back down and trim a little edge off. I was able to take it back up there and get it screwed down. Good to go. Okay, so that's finished off now. Now we can walk up this. Get all this stuff off the stairs. I also installed my head bash plate up there. And that's just so we don't catch a nail in the skull before we have a ceiling up here. You can come up. And good to go. And then once again, you come down here. Make sure you don't hit your head on those nails up here. You can do that. And there it is. Got the rest of this sheathed up here. Got my Mazda banner up. Everything's all good to go. I do have to finish up some sheathing right here. I ran out of boards. I just put this on because I didn't want stuff falling through there and falling on the car, obviously. But I need a little bit more. So still have to finish that, but was able to push the Mazda over here. Get everything else sheathed with the OSB. So this wall is now ready for paint along with the back wall. And I can finally get this thing off of the dollies, get this ready to go for the season. And this is gonna be its parking spot under the Mazda banner. So even though it is almost warm enough to not use it, the next thing that we were gonna get knocked out is getting the heater fully installed in the garage. That we can have heat, if not for this year, and for next year.